just in day 2 of the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships 2024 so far, the first edition ever in the world of this championship. What will unfold? But 3SB riding the rails of the breeze almost to perfection. But look at this throw against the wind from Toshnerova.
Nice, oh yeah, just really got a bit lucky there, I would say. 3SB really, and what I do actually like as well, Schneider smiling to the camera, giving the camera a bit of love. It's all well and good.
Well, there is the turnover. Toshnerova picks it up and launches it. This for the game, and 3SB take the win here on day 2 of the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships 2024, the debut of this tournament. The Czechia team rising to the challenge. They've learned lessons from those 2 games yesterday. Black Widows with some thinking to do.
Yeah, 3SB just the stronger team, clicking on all of the connections that they had, not afraid to punt it deep, upwind, downwind. Toshnerova, Rachel Toshnerova in particular, having a very, very strong game, picking up the disc, commanding the offense, making quick work of this game. And like you say, Hanny, the game is over. It's not, they can go inside, have a cup of tea, give the kids a bit of a cuddle, and get ready for their next game.
Well, I mean, the game plan is for each of these matches at the tournament is to have fun, enjoy, win, repeat. And even though they haven't won all their games so far in this championship, 3SB looking like they just were more relaxed in that game, enjoying each other, enjoying the scenes here. And if they can get that win against Torrijas, it's entirely possible that they could top the group, depending on, of course, how the results go. It was a 13-8 win for Valkyria against 3SB yesterday afternoon in one of the later game slots. But the pink flamingo jerseys coming out to the sounds here in Portimao in emphatic style.
Yep, 3SB playing Torrijas later today, so that's going to be a nail-biter around 3:30. Going to be, unfortunately, around the time when the weather is deemed to be the worst. So we are hoping, praying, keeping our fingers crossed, praying to the rain gods to please let us continue the broadcast.
If you fancy doing some sun salutes wherever you're watching this from, we would appreciate it. Get your yoga on, send us some good sunny vibes. But we're going to throw it down to a sideline interview with Stefan Rapazzo.
I'm here with Rahel Toshnerova from 3SB after their first round victory. Rahel, waking up 8:30 in the morning, some inclement weather. How was it getting up for this game this morning, day 2 of Worlds?
Just like every morning, Steph, we get up after about 5 to 6 times breastfeeding. The one child wakes up at 6, the other one at 7, and then we do our best to get on the field on time. But the weather, even though it doesn't look that great on camera, is actually nice and warm and very, very comfortable. The wind is not that bad.
Not that bad. Rahel, up to your old tricks, I would say. Your team quite used to what you're going to do. I think personally with the disc, you don't mind picking it up and jacking it. It worked for you today. Talk about how your team worked around your tendencies.
First of all, there's nothing old about me. Second of all, I cannot disappoint my fans, obviously. Who wants to watch boring give and goes and all that motion offense? No one's really interested in that. Props to my friend Valerio and Felix and all those guys. And so far, our team has been having fun, which is trying to be competitive while also enjoying what we like to do best, which is what we've managed to do. And I'm really hoping that we have some exciting games ahead of us.
Exciting stuff. They've got 2 more games in pool play. Thank you very much, Rahel Toshnerova. Congratulations on your win this morning.
Thank you. It's on the one
Well,
game.
absolutely never disappoints, does Rahel Toshnerova on an interview. Love the calling out. Of course, folks, it is pretty windy. Toshnerova is just one of those athletes who's going to boost it no matter what. But the mum's getting it done in the morning. Yourself, Sparks, you were up a little bit, of course, to duties, getting ready here in the party in Portimao. But, you know, the inside look at what it's like to be a mum and an athlete.
Yeah, sometimes those 4 a.m. wake-up calls are really just what gets you going on the morning, isn't it? I think, like Rochelle said, you are going to be up, ready, we're raring to go, thinking about the game at 4, 3, 5 o'clock in the morning. Great to see them both back, both Raquel and Sarah, you know, having kids within 5 weeks of each other. Very, very commendable to be coming back onto this stage at the highest level, and you know, just looks like they were never gone.
And look at that for sisterhood as well for Black Widows in the Circle post-game, the Spirit Circle getting involved with the kiddos. It was really a game that showed a lot of grit, even though I think the confidence wasn't quite there for Black Widows. Their trust and their heart and determination definitely very apparent here. So hopefully they can go on to get some wins in the latter stages of the tournament. But that was quite the game, folks. We will be bringing you all of the coverage every single day here. You're going to have to join us for the rest of the games. A full slate today, including next up we have a mixed division game. It's going to be Foo Fighters from Singapore versus Guam Butts from Guam itself.
Very visceral. Are they also in the mixed division?
I believe so. I've never seen Guam outside the mixed division, a Guam team, so I presume so. As we have a look at the game stats here, and you know, Foo Fighters probably had more passes in the game, but you can see their break chances. That's a contrasting figure, 20-1.
Similar clean holds, though. I think that says something about the difficulty of the conditions today.
Yeah, but a fantastic win for the Guam Bats. I do believe we have Steph Rapazzo on site for a quick interview now as we throw down to Steph.
Go to Netherlands, but so was everyone else, and then COVID happened.
I'm here with Matthew Heibel from Guambats after the victory. Great game. Congratulations. You guys came out this morning really fired up. It seems like the team was firing on all pistons.
Yeah, we were a little bit worried because the conditions, right? I mean, it's wind, it's rain, and that's sometimes an equalizer. But I think we did well just being a little bit smarter. Our game yesterday was too many hucks, too much kind of giveaways, and we timed the lines. We made sure throws were in or out, right? When practice, we were like, okay, let's catch it, 1, 2, hold on to it and move. And the difference was, you know, Singapore is a great team. I just think they had more errors and we were able to capitalize. We actually switched our normal O-line captain to D-line so that when we got a turn, we could do a quick break. And then I'm the normal D-line captain. We switched us to O-line to do a 3-handler set, a little bit of shorter give and go stuff. And that strategy really, really worked for us today. Mostly it was just grind, right? You guys have played these sort of zone heavy, windy, rainy points, and it's sometimes just who wants it more, who grinds out, and when you get a turn, can you capitalize? So we did a great job on that today.
Well done. You guys adjusted well to the conditions today. Looking forward, a little uncertainty with the weather, but progressing into the tournament, what's the focus for the team going ahead?
Yeah, it's great to get a first win, right? When you're a team like us who is maybe not expected to finish in the top 5, top 10, to get a first win under your belt, to know that we can play with any team in our group, I think gives us a lot of confidence. It's not my first Worlds, it's a lot of people's first Worlds on the team, and to know that we can play from a tiny island and play with people that maybe practice a lot more, maybe played a lot longer, huge confidence boost. I think our bracket's kind of wide open. The scores have been all over the place, and so we're looking forward to getting some W's and seeing if we can make some noise.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, Matthew Sunshine Heibel from Guambats with the win.
Thanks very much.
There's that break by Stutz again. Is it a bit too far? Indeed it is. Just beyond.
Yeah, he saw the window there and knew we had to get the throw out quick, but when you do it, it's so difficult to get that little snap and backspin through it that's just going to get it to sit there, and instead he zips it too far, he sails, and Hark, full credit for putting the bid in, but I don't think it necessarily ever really had a shot at it.
Angers, another chance to seal the deal here. Chevreuil goes inside, wind up and delivery. Picheri sends, and it's knocked away again. Stutz gets in the way and makes up for his error the other side.
Yeah, what a way to get it back, making amends. Again, looking for that little inside-out shape on the huck, but there's not quite as much zip on this one, and it hangs a little bit. There's not the separation downfield as well, and shoulder to shoulder. The smaller Sver Stutz comes through and smacks it down, and is able to keep KFK in this contest, but for how much longer? I think Magic Disc, most of the game you'd be give yourself, 9 out of 10. The end, the standards have slipped a little bit. They'd be a little bit frustrated that they haven't been able to close this out sooner.
I would say as much as well, but again, a chance. Pick up and quick looking for this one. Chevreuil goes back, finds a completion to Poplin. Back to Chevreuil. Leads. Poplin. Sorry, that is Grigaud to Pichery. Pichery leads and gets. That is the game. It is Poplin with the goal and a 13-7 victory for Magic Disc. Benji, they've turned the tables, won the game, and taken the pool.
Yeah, that is a huge win for Magic Disc there. Really putting to bed those demons maybe from yesterday. And for KFK as well, it's a good job they beat Warao yesterday, because they ain't gonna they're gonna finish on a -2 points difference as well, but finish second in the pool because of that head-to-head victory. So Magic Disc 1, KFK 2, Warao 3, and that's much more like the Magic Disc we expected to see perhaps coming into the week. They didn't show that yesterday against Warao, but they made those adjustments, and for the majority of the game they were tight, they were precise, and yes, towards the end of the game they got a little bit ragged, but they were able to tighten things up enough.
Yeah, for sure.
And you see there the replay of the winning score into the hands of Rémi Poplin.
Greatest that game, but he's a big contributor. Him or Chemino?
And we're just going to see if we can wrangle a post-match interview with one of the winning... I don't know what you'd call someone from Magic Disc, but one of the someone from Magic Disc.
Algerian?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the proper nomenclature.
Definitely not.
Have a look at some of the game stats there, Steph. Magic Disc completed fewer passes than KFK.
Yeah, I mean, that's a show of, I guess, efficiency to same amount of passes, difference of 1, but they've scored nearly double the goals. They were just doing it with a bit more ease. They showed efficiency with their offense when they got going. As you said, the end of the game, they kind of got less tidy, but through up until the double digits, they were scintillating with the disc. More stats here coming down from the scoreboard. Benji, what...
5 for 10 on break chances. I mean, 10 break chances in a short game is quite a lot. Hitting on 50% of those is pretty good, especially when your O-line only turned it over 3 times. And those 3 times, by the way, all came on the game's penultimate point, and KFK couldn't do anything with any of them.
So, at a big victory, as mentioned, 13-7, a triangle. All these teams are 1-1 after pool play in one of the small pools. Most pools in the open division do have 4 teams, and this one with 3. So in the tightest pool, they did get into this triangle. Magic Disc did just enough to get themselves out, and that will be the great story. We're gonna throw down to Liam Grant for a quick interview post-game.
Congratulations on your win, Matthew Begdem. Difficult conditions today, windy or wet, a tall KFK team. How was that game?
It was a really good game. We were really expected to do better than yesterday. So we were really ready to start strong. We were a little bit scary about the weather, maybe a little bit of rain, but it was really okay. Just some wind, and I'm really glad to have to produce. I'm really glad the team produced a better game. So
Yeah, tell us about that game yesterday against Warao. Kind of an upset. People were maybe surprised to see the loss. I think you still top the group now, so came back with a strong performance. But tell us about that game. What happened?
We started the game really strong with a break, a 2-0 break. But after Warao pushed a little bit more effort, and we were a little bit lazy. Our mindset was not the better one. So congrats to them, and yes, maybe our mindset was not good, not as good as them. So yeah, it was hard yesterday, and it was good today. Sorry for my English.
Great. Looking forward to the rest of the tournaments, what's your goals? You know, you come second in Europe before, France Ultimate on such a high right now. What's your ambitions? What's your goals?
The team ambitions is to reach the quarters, and let's see what's happening after. But for now, I prefer to say game after game, so we can focus on each team we are facing, and I think it's a better way to go to quarters and maybe further. Yeah.
We will see. We've seen a lot of French teams get medals the last few years. Maybe you can get one here. Congratulations and best of luck at the rest of the tournament. We'll send it back to Steph and Benji in the booth.
Thanks, Liam. Great to hear from Mathieu Beguen-Demo after their victory for Magic Disc Angers. Benji, we got more action coming up, don't we?
Yeah, we do. And we've got a match that we would have never had the chance to see before, but because we've got the first ever World Beach Ultimate Club Championships, we can have New Zealand against Austria. Sea Dogs from the other side of the world taking on Austria's Insiders. And Liam Grant's going to make his way up into the booth.
Oh, fumbled on her own end zone line, almost to Callahan, and excitement high now out on the field. Brilliant up the line cut from Obermeyer. Sends one deep. Well read.
Couple yards away from the win here.
Hilshire shoots for the end zone, and that is a game-winning catch for the Austrians. A round of applause for both teams, but the Insiders just too good in the end.
Lovely bid there to contest. It was really Sea Dogs putting everything on the line there on the last point, but in the second half, the Insiders were just a better team, and they kind of ran away from it with that 3-0 run in the middle of the game, and couldn't really claw back the Sea Dogs.
Brilliant game-winning catch for the Insiders. Emphatic clutch grab, and they're enjoying themselves out there. And you got to feel like that break at half, the Galaxy point, I think, was a real turning point for the Insiders.
That's interesting to see the clean holds, only 2 for the Sea Dogs, only 3 actually for the Insiders, so really showing still the difficulty with this wind that both teams were really struggling with. And so I think in the second half, the Insiders really the team that managed to turn that around and make that change and adjustment to handle that wind a bit better.
As you see the sleeves rolled up of Sophie Alder, who was sensational that game. Looks like Benjamin will be talking to her in just a few moments' time, as we see Hannah Pendlebury, who was working the gimbal camera in that game. Shout out for Hannah. We always like to see commentators doing real work and working the cams.
She got some cardio in. I saw her running around. It was on the dusty beach. Must have felt pretty good.
It's part of our fitness plan, com days.
Gotcha.
Okay, you got to run some gimbal, but we're going to be joining Benji Rees and Sophie Alder now, and in just a few moments' time, we'll send it down to you, Benji.
Sophie Alder. Sophie, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm pretty happy that we won, because first we thought this is going to be a tough game, and we didn't start it that well, but then I think the energy kicked in, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about the result.
So I wanted to ask about that. You mentioned that you got off to a slow start. How did you find that extra energy to power a comeback?
I think it was like the cheering on the sideline, and like everybody really wanted to win, so I think that was the energy that we needed in that moment.
What are Insiders' hopes and expectations for the week?
Well, top 30 would be like a great result for us. So we want to do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much. I'll let you get back to the Spirit Circle. Back to you upstairs.
And a big congratulations to Sophie and the Insiders after going 3-0 down. Came back with a fantastic performance, particularly in the second half, to win 11-8. The Austrians putting on a great showing here in the mixed division. But big shout out as well to the Sea Dogs, who've made the long journey with a small roster and fought hard. As you see, the start of this game looked really good. The Sea Dogs, that quick transition, getting some goals, but eventually the smothering defense and the lovely kisses from the Austrians is what separated the two sides. Hughes was brilliant all game long. Shout out to her. Fantastic performance from the Kiwi. Finn Henderson, I think the stat leader in that game.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful game. Very exciting. Thanks for helping me be on this debut, for commentating, Liam. I hope we can see each other on the field soon again as these teams get into their Spirit Circle and finish this game off. So thanks for having me, and until next time.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ben, for joining us. We'll sign off now. Congratulations to the Insiders from Innsbruck, and we'll be back in just a few moments' time with some more great games of Ultimate. For Liam Grant and Benjamin Ort, we'll see you next time.
And everyone on the Hux team is like not the main character.
Rangers going with the zone to slow them down, and it seems to work as he gets a little bit over ambitious, trying to thread through. Fumagalli now wants to break central. Now they're moving the disc nicely. It seems like they've still got gas in the tank. Thought they could have forced it in there, but no, they are not going to take this shot unless they feel like it is the sure thing. Now stall count rising. That's going to be a floater. Sam Hill's going to contest it, and Sam Hill's going to rip it down. The young starlet for Hux maybe got ahead of himself a bit.
We're seeing quite a lot of this kind of immediate cool play to then an immediate kind of throwaway. And I think when players do something good, it's often the conservation of greatness, where your adrenaline is coursing through your veins and you want to do the next thing, and often the next thing that you do is incorrect, as we see a disc going up.
And that is a brilliant way to ice the game for the Rangers. The inside-out backhand toss. It was read superbly by Fumagalli, who snagged it at the last moment, and Rangers will take the victory in some style.
Yeah, you see Sam Hill there looking really devastated. Not sure if they've just taken an injury or if they're kind of a bit frustrated with themselves. But what a great game. The wind conditions did come into it. Kind of a run of breaks. Saw some fantastic plays from the Hux D-line. But Padova just kind of able to take that last. Oh, that is a fantastic grab to end the game.
I mean, that's a tough read. He's trying to track it going over his shoulder, and he's got Sam Hill in hot pursuit, but trusted it again. Tracked it all the way into his hand, and I think just the extra experience, a little bit of savvy on the beach that the Rangers had proved to be decisive for them.
Yeah, I think both teams started playing grass and adjusted super, super well. But an unfortunate loss for Hux. I think they're going to be really disappointed with that. A couple of turnovers that I know that aren't necessarily, characteristic for them. Maybe just getting a little bit overexcited, but some fantastic plays. Let's not forget that earlier on in the game we saw some fantastic offensive holds from that Hux side. A beautiful one that was a 3-pass score. I believe it went to Robbie to Evie into the end zone. Fantastic showing. So I don't think this Hux side's down and out just yet.
No, you're seeing there the game stats for you, and 2 clean holds for Hux, 1 for Padova. But that's the key there. Hux generated twice as many break chances, but just by will or grit or whatever it was, Rangers just continually able to work that back. And if you're not converting on your break chances, good teams will make you pay, and that's exactly what the Rangers did there, just about outlasting Mighty Hucks on this occasion. We're going to throw it down pitch side, where we've got a little post-match interview for you. Take it away.
I'm here with Giorgio Fumagalli. Congratulations on an amazing game. So close. Playing against a UK team, how did you prepare?
So actually, we know they were physically stronger and more athletics and having greater acts. So we try to avoid that stuff and try to let them hack only in the bad situation of the field and try to use this at our advantages. I think maybe it worked, and hopefully to let them play upwind so we can play a little bit of the zone, and that paid out.
So normally we see Padova on grass. How is it for you playing on beach?
Actually, we love playing on beach, even though we don't do it very often. So we play 1 week ago in the Italian Big Championship, and it was our preparation tournament, as well as Paganello, but it was really a month ago. So we are not really in beach game already. So we are waiting to build connection and build movement on the beach.
Well, it certainly looked like it's all coming together. But what's your favorite thing about being at this World Championship?
Right now, the sun that yesterday was here. But yeah, it's a really big challenge to be here and face people from all over the world, see different stuff, see different approach to the game, warm-ups, and different play style. So that's really incredible.
Nice. And any messages for your fans back home?
Keep watching.
Thank you very much. Good to do for next.
Thanks, Hanny. There with Giovanni Fumagalli, 2 goals and a block, and what is a very good win here for the Padova Rangers over Mighty Hucks, 8-6 final score. Keep your eyes peeled and tuned to Alti TV.
Club Championships. That's a nice break. Oh, and a great layout from Gulbe.
And
so impactful, and a beautiful backhand release, arcing, sailing and sending. That is the hold much needed for Salaspils. Can they now have that buy one get one free effect on a downwind break?
Yeah, you see the Casayeti zone there. So much front-loaded pressure, 4 players all around the disc. But once Salaspils are able to find that escape route around the side of the field, a very nice throw, the zone can't catch up, and that is a beautiful high release once more into the end zone.
And that's what I was asking for on the deep spacing of the Salaspils players. You don't have 2 on that. I mean, obviously, there is a slight diagonal tilt that you can see from our camera views towards this near sideline where we are sitting alongside you, dear viewers. But I think having both sides covered rather than just trying to be on that strong shoulder of the pitch as you attack the deep space, that's how that's so valuable, especially against the zone. So Casayetes looking to charge forth. They have that narrow window of a lead. That one taken in almost directly to the face for Jizorbach. Nice through, threading the needle. This is beautiful flowing offense from Casayetes.
Yeah, Otalvaro really anchoring this one and takes the shot to the end zone. It's going to find its way all the way there, and Casayetes with another upwind hold.
Well, after the first half had no one scoring in the right-hand end zone, Casayetes, well, it looks like that is for the game. They finish us off here 9-7 over Salaspils and celebrate in style as well. That will be an overall record in pool play of 3 wins and 1 loss as they head their way into Pool I.
Yeah, Casayetes really building the confidence into that game and able to take it down in the end with those couple of breaks. A really entertaining game though, and Salaspils lots of things to take away. I imagine we won't have to play in conditions like this for the rest of the week, so it will change. Yeah, fingers crossed from Hannah there. Might change the game in different conditions, but yeah, both teams showing us some real talent and skill throughout.
Well, looking at the numbers, of course, it was going to be a turnover-heavy game. I think we might see, Jamie, the same level of wind later on in the championship at points, but hopefully just not having to be quite so soggy. But break chances were abundant for both sides across the course of the game because of all those turnovers. But it was Caselletes who rose to the challenge after Salaspils got the early break.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that just those 2 clean holds for Caselletes were really important for the team, especially that upwind one they got after getting broken, and managed to get themselves the momentum back into the game.
Well, hats off to Caselletes. We have indeed covered them on the Sounds in Portimao to great success. And if they can build on this performance, perhaps they might find themselves in a Portuguese final at the world stage rather than just the European one. Certainly coming out with lots of form. And big shout out to all of the crew back in Valencia and Murcia. So it's a Costa Blanca affair, those 2 locations coming together. Lots of great connections. But we're going to head down to the sidelines for a live interview with Samantha Syke.
I'm with Bragali after the victory. Good game. It came in after a rain delay. How did you get the team ready for this one? What was preparation like with a bit of shortened time and some crazy weather?
Well, we didn't. So we came out, warmed up, did our regular thing, and then we were about to cheer for the game, and we got sent off the beach. So we were like stopped for a while, and we found out that we had to play like 15 minutes before we had to play, and most of the team, 10 members, had gone to the hotel, and so they literally came sprinting from the hotel, and that was the warm-up.
Okay.
So we entered like very frazzled.
Okay, hotel sprint for warm-up. Great fight, very close throughout. You guys pulled away at the end. Talk about what it took to get over top of Salaspils in a tight game like this.
Yeah, it really started upwind, downwind, and they sort of broke the seal with their upwind. And I think, like, sometimes it's so mental, right? And like seeing them do it, it was like, wow, okay, so we can do that too. Like they connected on a long throw, like we can do that as well. And I think it came down to like believing that we could connect and could like get that upwind point. And from there, we were just empowered, just fired up.
Excellent stuff. Feeling empowered. They're moving on. And thank you. Congratulations. Good luck throughout the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Hi, Mommy.
Always got to get in those hellos, haven't you, at the last moment. Well, that will wrap us up here for...
So Humil's back to get another upwind break, and now a mountain to climb for the Canadians. But they're out there having fun. As we bring this game through the medium of blurry vision. Don't know if that's just my eyesight or if it's a bit wet out there. Doing our best here in these tough conditions, but enjoying ourselves nonetheless. Looks like a marking infraction as play continues. Struggling a bit more on the upwinds now, this Canadian O-line there. A flying defender comes in, and that is Xavier Payne, getting horizontal, getting to work now. Looking for the bookends, and he gets it. Take a bow, Xavier Payne.
And you get a feeling that was sort of a nail in the coffin there for Celeron's chances. They did look very laboured coming upwind there, and it just feels like they don't really have the legs to make a lot of separation on long cuts, so they're forced into these really tough unders, and we saw the pressure finally tell there with that turnover. And then it was just 1-2 goal.
Yeah, the bookends for Xavier Payne, and also just proposed to his fiancée, Rochelle, and that is the game-winning score for Humilsag. They take this one down 11-6 as The sun sets here in a misty, wet Pride of Russia. Congratulations to the USA #1 seed. The Canadians fought hard, but just too good in the end and making a statement here in the open division.
They certainly are. And I think the greatest sigh of relief will be from the tournament directors that they got through this day and got their games in. But Humility Slag certainly deserved winners here. And we see a little spirit circle. It's interesting here what they'll be discussing. You try to talk about the spirit and you end up talking about great plays that you've made during the game.
And you look at there, I think if you look at the stats, break chances 12 for Milliswag, but only getting 4 of those. You know, I think if they see themselves as contenders, possible champions, they probably need to up that a little bit. And that's what you expect. They have such a strong set of D-lines, really experienced players like Matsuka on those D-lines that you probably expect them to convert a few more of those. So that's probably the only criticism you could have with this side. But 5 clean holds, which was impressive from the Milliswag side. Saint Laurent, you know, looked good at times, had a good deep game. Milliswag adjusted though, and the game just ran away from them. And looks like we're getting the legendary Brett Mazuka to join us for an interview. So stand by for that one, folks. The legend of the game. As we will be throwing down to Steph Rapazzo in just a few moments' time, but a fantastic win for Humiliswag. And we'll go down to Steph Rapazzo, who's with Brett Mazuka now.
Should we just start talking now about hot chocolate?
I'm here with Brett Mazuka from Humiliswag. Brett, you guys got another win out there. Kind of crazy conditions. Tell us a bit about the game, about the win.
First, I want to thank the organizers, honestly. You guys are doing a great job, despite what it looks like maybe here. It is actually a really beautiful place to be, so appreciate it. The team's playing well. We're hoping to, honestly, grow each game. You know, we had people flying in yesterday, today, and so hats off to our coach Goose, our leadership AJ and Elliot, and just the guys buying in and enjoying the experience.
Nice humility and swagger. I like the mantra. To hate the name, though, I'll be honest. But Humiliswag, you guys are getting it done. U.S. teams, you guys always will have the target on your backs. U.S. tend to win a lot of world championships. Your U.S. championships, how does this differ, this competition, to the U.S. championships that you guys have been able to win?
The U.S. championships, to be, quite candid about it, are they haven't picked up the steam that club has. So the club beach scene is still growing, and so you haven't necessarily seen all the big names you see at the other world championships. So we are kind of a beacon of hope that hopefully the U.S. continues to build, but we still manage to draw enough talent. We have a lot of depth as the country to compete at these things, and we're very blessed and happy to be here. You know, thank the big guy. So yeah, I think it helps to have all that.
2 games remaining in power pools now. Moving on, you guys still undefeated. Team headset moving forward. Where are you guys at?
Just enjoying the journey, man. Some of us. I turn 40 soon. It's cool to be here. Honestly, it is. I thank my wife. I thank Jesus. You can't take these things for granted. Everyone that's here that maybe watches this, congrats to being at such a level. And our attitude is just the cliches of each day, because you never know when a truck hits you when you're on your motorcycle. You know what I mean? To get quite real. And these moments can be harder to come by. So I think we're just appreciating every second we have, and happy to see you, Stephen.
I love it, Brett. Happy to see you too. Congratulations, Brett Matsuka, almost 40 if you can believe it. And Humiliswag, get another win, stay undefeated. That's the end of day 2. Thanks for being with us. Back up to Liam.
Watch out for those trucks, kids. They're coming for you. And a positive message from Matsuka, I think. Enjoy the journey was, I think, what we can all take from that. USA Humiliswag are a dominant force to be reckoned with in this open division.
Yeah, and as you said, I think the only thing they've got to clean up, and they're really execution errors. I think they've got their spacing and their flow right. People know when to cut. There's just a few little execution errors that I'm sure that they will clean up, especially as we move into better weather, Liam, in the coming days.
Boo, I love the wind, the rain, the soggy shorts, but it was some great plays from that stellar O-line of Milswag. Was too good for Saint Laurent. They held on though, riding the lightning, walking the tightrope in the earlier stages of this game, but Brett Matsuka and the star-studded D-line eventually got those upwind breaks. Craig Borner getting involved as well. So a fantastic performance from this Humiliswag team. I'm sure we'll be seeing them in the latter stages. Saint Laurent did their best, put on a show for us. Did the Canadians proud. Mario Bryan putting on a demo of how to send your mark flying. He was enjoying himself out there. Captain AJ. We're very happy that his team is doing. They've got 3 national titles. Can they win a world championship? Just stay tuned with us. For Liam Grant and John Greenfield, thanks very much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow with some more great action.